of the veterans versus I don't know if I don't think either of John Cena or Kasper
They're not
played Brawl.
Xatic.
They didn't play, but they didn't play Brawl.
No,
themselves,
no, no,
did they?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you've
Yeah,
got,
no, they didn't.
The story here is old generation versus the newer generation.
Yeah, you know.
And you've got two great experienced players here in Mikey and Xatic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Xatic's team with so many different people, and he finds success very large
Double
amount
Little
of time.
Mac? Are we doing double Little Mac?
We are not.
Abner.
Calm down.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Wait, money match my Little Mac after this. I still got a money match Ori. Dude,
I like money matching Ori.
dude, money matching Ori's random because Ori didn't know who I was. Ori didn't hear about Hot and Ready until he came to Calder. He's like, "Yo, I'll money match your main with my random." I was like, "All right, let's go." Beat him. I saw his DDD. Oh,
Easy money?
he doesn't have a DDD.
No,
He said
who does?
he did the salty run back. Easy, easy.
Easy, all right.
I bought myself McDonald's.
Hype.
Speaking about McDonald's, shout out to Aqua. I don't know where that guy is. He's at Gommel right now, right?
Not sure where he is. He might be
I'm pretty sure he is at Gommel. Maybe I'm not sure.
I don't think he went, to be honest.
Yeah, because I was talking to him and he was talking about wanting to go to Gommel, so I'm not sure.
I think he wanted to go, but I don't think he went. I think he would have told the chat about because I'm in the chat. We got the stock exchange crew.
Oh, the stock exchange
the hype crew, man.
Isn't Blueberry a part of that?
Yeah.
Blueberry's a part of like every single crew.
He's a
known
part
to
of a lot
man.
of them. Yep.
Dude,
And that's cool. We love everyone in the stock exchange. It's a fun group.
I got my own crew. Dude, having a crew is so much fun because like at that point, it's like you have somebody that's gonna be there to back you up.
It's good to have people that back you up always.
And then like somebody just watching. I always like it to have somebody watching.
I feel the same. I like having an audience presence. And I know there are a lot of people that sometimes don't like the pressure. I don't know. For me, I like having that pressure, having a lot of people
feeling
watching.
the adrenaline, you know. I feel like that's what everybody really likes. You know, going into bracket, like that's honestly like the best feeling ever. You know, if people didn't like having that adrenaline rush, they wouldn't compete in tournaments. Because you know, if you have a fun for just playing the game, you just play the game. But going to a tournament, you feel that rush. You know.
And I feel like some people get the rush in different ways than others.
Yeah.
I personally get the most, you know, intense, you know, when I'm behind on someone. And I start making the comeback, and you can just see it.
And just
You'll see me slap my leg.
Oh yeah, I see the.
I'll have that red knee, you know. I go hard, man, on my leg.
You go hard, dude. You gotta go hard.
And I may say
Does your knee
things
ever
like,
get
"Let's
sore?
go."
Do you ever like sit
No,
down? and
it's
just,
fine, man. Dude, this is my way of getting pumped, you know.
All right, but going
The juice is flowing.
Getting the juices flowing. We're going right into this match. We have Lucina and Peach going up against Falcon, Little Max.
Definitely a team you're not going to see very often. And Lucina and Martha are just very solid doubles characters because they can kind of do it all, and they've got enough range that they can kind of keep a lot of people out from a lot of different areas. You know?
Yeah, I feel like I personally feel like Lucina is a much better pick when it comes to doubles than Marth because when you're playing singles as Marth, you kind of have that chance and time to focus on how you're spacing.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how much experience Mikey has against Little Mac.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be something you're going to see some adjustments made.
Mikey is teamed with Lil One, so I feel like he has just a little bit, you know.
Yeah. I don't know how often they've done the Little Mac team, but it's certainly a little bit different when you've got him on your team versus you're fighting him.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Red team can make some adjustments.
But as I was saying about Marth and
Blue
Lucina,
team.
Marth, he has that time to space and everything and kind of tell what's going on when you're playing singles. But in doubles, it's kind of very hard because you need to have that stage awareness to see what your teammate's doing at all times. So having Lucina with that stronger just sword, you know, instead of having the tipper, just having a good sword.
It's just consistency.
It's consistent, you know.
You don't want to be Marth and struggle unless you're someone like Ally or Mr. E, you know.
When you want to put in the effort to actually go for that tipper, you know, you gotta be accustomed to going for the tipper. Whereas you have a lot more of leniency when it comes to playing Lucina.
And very quietly, you have
that neutral be getting himself out of the
John Cena hanging on to these stocks really well, and you've got Little Mac. Unfortunately, you're seeing that volatile nature. He's got one now.
For sure, but we saw that Kasper's having a good time going up against Mikey. Maybe he'll be able to take the second stock off of Mikey.
Gosh.
That's it.
And Mikey has been doing that all game, just clipping Mac under the edge with those F smashes. And that looks just absolutely disgusting, in all honesty.
Yeah, and actually, Kasper wanted to pick up Peach as a secondary, or maybe even as a main. So probably watching this Peach play is going to give him a couple of tips. But right now, he kind of needs to focus on playing.
Good F smash at the ledge.
But that's going to take the stock, and now we have 4-1. Good backer, really good.
Oh my gosh, he
really
had the read on the air dodge too.
Yeah, you can definitely tell both these players, Mikey and
Why? Not only did you die, you just got slapped in the face. How do you feel about that? You know, Falcon's been in a lot of interesting relationships, but that's just domestic abuse right there. Peach needs to chill.
Was that the forward air?
That was a
Mikey
forward
just
air.
said, take this crown for a minute, dude. Hold it. Hold it for a second. Oh, my goodness. Mikey.
Oh my god.
It's time to stop. it's time to stop,
It's
Mikey.
time to stop.
You're hurting my feelings. Every single Falcon main
Oh
in the
my
world,
God.
they cried. A tear just shed. They're like, my brethren.
A manly Falcon tier.
A manly
single
Falcon tier.
manly Falcon
And then
tier
they went back
to
to
be
working
shed.
on the glutes.
Yep, back
You know,
on the glutes. You know,
back on
gotta
the
keep
glutes.
them going.
Gotta
Gotta get
be
those
good.
hammies moving.
Ooh,
Gotta
for
do
sure.
all those leg exercises, man.
But that, as I was saying, you know, Mikey and Xatic both being very good with their fundamentals. You know, they definitely know what they're doing, and they definitely have good chemistry together.
yes.
You know.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Xatic being very quick to catch up on whatever Mikey's throwing at him.
Yep.
So let's see what Abner or John Cena and Kasper are thinking. Excuse me.
And I like
'Cause-
this patience by Kasper and John Cena. Just take a
Just
second, digest.
chill out, you know?
Be like, hey, you know, that was a pretty close game up until the end.
John Cena has a couple of other characters that he can pull out, but I'm not sure if that's really going to do much, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of that thing where he's going to change a character, and it's going to be in a hope of, like, doing something right, you know?
And I think, again, they're trying to hope for some of that match of inexperience possibly because the only link we really have in East Michigan is Zydeco.
Zydeco, yep.
And I think
John Cena-
Zydeco and John Cena are pretty similar. I'd say
know-
I'd give Zydeco a slight edge.
Because Zydeco is the solo main, you know,
Yes.
whereas John Cena just has a very good link, and it's the same thing for his DK, his Falcon, and his link. If he just stopped,
Good counter.
oh my goodness, very good counter. But if John Cena just stopped and focused on one character, he'd be the best of the trade. You know, I personally feel, or he'd be very good with one character.
I think for a lot of people, by playing too many characters,
They limit
you
themselves.
are limiting your potential, especially if you're a low-level player. I think
Yes.
it's best to stick to one character, regardless if they're flawed or not, kind of get a good understanding for them, and then focus on that.
And then you have players like Kasper, for example. Great up air coming from
Yep.
John Cena, taking out that stock as fast as he can.
Yep.
Also, a good thing about Link is that he has these projectiles, you know? He saw that Mikey is very good at kind of just knocking you off stage and not letting you back on. Maybe he can use Link's like Tether, for example, to get back on the stage easier. You know, having a little bit more options just makes it better.
And
And also that bow and arrow can maybe save Kasper.
And I feel like the Link pick was also just to kind of get a little bit more range. Like,
Yep.
Falcon doesn't have bad range. I feel like it was almost a counter Lucina, just the
And
slightest
also
bit, you know?
the team of Falcon Mac, you know, not having any range at all. I feel like it's just kind of bad. Whereas, you know, we have really good teams that strive, such as like Samus or Villager.
Yep. All right, so let's see what's happening. So Link is still
Oh.
dead. I was about to say Link is still holding on.
Still alive,
Commentator's
but
curse, though.
Now we have one stock going to the blue team. Never mind. And now we have.
All right, we're gonna stop talking about stocks.
We're gonna,
so
yeah,
we can
stop talking about stocks.
take
Let's
it
talk
away.
about the stage. This is a very good stage for both players, I feel, honestly. You know, I don't think they're gonna really be doing much when it comes to the platforms, but blue team definitely wants to get rid of FD because that gives them the option. You know, they always have those platforms if they need to go onto
You
them.
can see Mikey just baited him there. That was a great
That was a
bait.
great
to try
bait,
to
just floating in and out.
and just be like, I'm just gonna see what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna run away, not take any risk.
For sure. Oh, wow, what a clutch spot dodge,
my
getting
God.
right out of that forward air.
And Mikey's coverage with that dare in the fair.
Mikey
are just
seeing that he
disgusting
can't
middle edge.
seeing that he can't take out John Cena and just swallowing his pride and going to Kasper. You
Yep.
know, just saying like, who can I hit right now?
Yep.
You know, if I can't hit John Cena, I'm gonna go straight to Kasper. I just need to keep the pressure going.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one thing you can always have a game plan that was like, hey, I'm gonna try and go for this person more or something. But you gotta also be able to adjust on the fly and deal with that matchup, something that you may not like or be as experienced in.
Oh wow. Mikey wanted to go for that forward air,
forward
but
tap.
I guess he kind of realized that he doesn't want to trade, you know, because I feel like he's not even gonna be able to hit Little Mac out of it.
And what I really like that Kasper's doing is, in this game, there's something like, I want to say, it's either like a 5 or 10% freshness bonus for certain moves, you know? And then I've seen a lot of Little Macs who rely too much on the forward tilt, dead. Yep, that's all you can do. But,
And now we have all teams at one stock. But as you were saying, the freshness.
yeah, he keeps it so it's fresh so he can take out those stocks 85, 90. Oh my.
Knocking them straight out of there. But yeah, after a while, those tilts do become stale, and it kind of it's really bad because Little Mac can rely on that forward tilt to be a very good kill move.
And
but sometimes he's just kind of forced to use it as a spacing tool.
And red team was just lining up there and just attacking Mikey. They just need to slow it down. It looks like now they've got better stage control.
Oh, great forward smash. Seeing that the down smash kind of takes up a lot of time, he can just plow right through it.
Yep.
Super armor, boys.
Slow it down against a patient, smart veteran like Mikey, who isn't afraid to take his time. He played
Isn't afraid at all, you know?
Oh, yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Feeling very confident, you know. Mikey wouldn't have gotten this far as a player if he didn't, you know, just calm down every now and then and just keep his composure.
Okay.
But good job. See, red team, they're just going to keep on holding onto the stage control, you know. They're not going to kind of force anything happening because Link and Mac do not have good grabs.
Are you
This is a
kidding
1v1 situation.
Mikey, please.
Mikey, if Mikey gets one hit, one aerial off stage, then that's it for Mac.
This is super scary.
That's it.
No, it's not.
Oh
My God.
Mikey just taking the patience, not going super aggro, not trying to just decimate the stock right now. But Mac, very close to
And
KO.
it's anyone's game, but it feels like Mikey is the one that's in control
One
now.
more hit, it's going to be KO punch is going to be on deck. And that's the scary thing. Mikey needs to get a kill, or he's going to have to play with.
Oh my God.
He's going to have to play with KO punch. And there's the
That'll
up B. That's
take
going to kill.
Yep. Great finish. Good clutchness.
Oh, man. John Cena actually shaking Mikey's hand.
Oh,
Saying that was very good.
Intense.
Very clutch. That's kind of a weird thing, though, is that Link and Little Mac, when it comes to playing off of each other, they need to be playing off of, like, Little Mac's forward. So, you know, Link needs to pick up on that, but Link can't really go for grabs, and neither can
I didn't
Little
like
Mac.
their synergy in this game, in all honesty.
It wasn't very good.
I feel like the team could have synergy with, you know, Mac having a lot of stuff like forward tilt or certain other attacks that he can sort of space or range into links like up smash or up. I feel there's the potential there.
For sure.
They just weren't getting it. They just didn't look as comfortable. So
maybe they'll try working on that, or maybe John Cena's going to feel comfortable enough to go back to Falcon.
Yep.
You know. But the thing is about Falcon is that Mikey's going to have a field day with Mac and Falcon because they kind of just get slapped around.
And same thing with DK.
Yeah, same thing with DK as well. DK being a super big hitbox or hurt box is going to be even easier for Xatic to get those forward smashes.
And I think that's been kind of the story of this game is Mikey's presence off stage has just been devastating for both players.
But you can't count Xatic out. Xatic being a very good support player.
Oh, he's doing a phenomenal job.
Picking up whatever he can and also getting those very clutch forward smashes.
He just kind of bides his time and maintains those stocks and applies the pressure like, hey, try and kill me now, you know? You can't just focus on Peach.
And that's the kind of thing that makes Lucina a little bit better than Marth because being so reliant on that forward smash and not being able to get that spacing all the time, you know, because it's kind of super situational. Whereas if you just throw out that forward smash and they land in that range, they're dead.
And things get jumbled all the time in doubles. Even if you do have the setup, you can have the perfect shield break. It doesn't matter though if you have an aware opponent ready to dash attack and
another
just swoop
opponent
in,
just
know?
ready to knock your spacing out of whack, or even just hit that person out of the range.
Right, exactly.
You know, we've definitely seen like players using team attack to actually help out their other partners.
Right. And that's why I think team attack was fun. Like when I first heard about team attack in this game, I'm like, no, that's stupid. I like it like you can just hit through your opponent because then you can grab him. That's But this one has the higher ceiling because you can still do stuff like have a grab and have the other person smash, but you also can save them and you can do a lot of exciting team-based
for example,
combos
we've seen Ryuga trying to save Stewie when Stewie was in free fall with an up air because Meta Knight's up air does not have that much knockback at all, so that's definitely going to give.
And it's a little bit
Stewie
horizontal now,
chance.
so you can kind of save him too, right?
It kind of has a little bit, it's like a little baby nest up air.
Yeah.
You know, it has a little bit of a horizontal range,
Yep.
so it can just kind of clip.
Yep.
And you know, if you ever want to realize why team attack off is a very bad idea, get your friend, sit down, play for glory. Both of you play Charizard and just use Flare Blitz. And
It's fun, man.
It's something. I don't know if it's fun, but it's something.
I've had a lot of shenanigans on for glory doing doubles like that. It's fun once in a while just to chill, just do that.
Sometimes you just gotta
Double
go out like a
Ganon,
filthy
you know?
casual. Yeah.
And every once in a while you'll do something like you'll do. I've
pass
had
out flame
quadruple
chokes.
DDDs before. I've seen quadruple Ganon matches. Quadruple
climbers?
DDD is a disaster. Oh my god.
Quadruple DDD is just not fun,
Did
dude.
you
So
just
many
say
Gordos.
quadruple Ike climbers?
Ike climbers, yeah. Have you ever heard of Ike climbers?
Oh heck yeah.
Oh dude, quadruple
my
Ike climbers would be so bad.
I would main Ike climbers.
I
Those broken
Falcon climbers?
clowns. Falcon climbers? Oh gosh.
Team
Falcon
attack
wearing a
off.
parka? That might just be too fabulous to handle.
That's just too
My
much.
eyes would bleed.
Dude, like the scarf and oh man, that'd be so great. But we're going into game
And we are headed to
Game 3.
What's it, Battlefield? All right, Battlefield.
And this is going to be a little bit better for Mikey, honestly, because Mikey's going to be able to kind of chase these players around.
And up smash, I do believe will penetrate through those platforms.
Yeah, for sure. Having a ridiculous amount of range, you know, not more than you would expect. coming from Peach, but that up smash is definitely going to reach a little farther than anybody expects.
And there's definitely a larger underside to the stage too. And I feel someone like Mikey isn't afraid to go underneath there and take you out if he thinks you're vulnerable. For sure. And I think that's another reason why they chose that.
And also having that kind of slope on Battlefield to ride up the edge, it's definitely going to work in Mikey's favor. But right now we have Xatic. Well, Mikey's kind of having a field day with Kasper, teaming him off stage. Xatic was doing the same thing for John Cena. You know, just giving him a really hard time. Finding really great opportunities for those side Bs.
Yep, I agree. I don't know about that up smash there, but
just
didn't get punished for it really, so that's fine.
Just a small little back here. Just a small little tap with the cheeks.
You can see Mikey has not been hit by a KO punch since
I
want to say
since game one.
And that just
never going back.
Just shows, you know, adjustments, especially from these experienced players. Yep. They will adjust. And I think that's great F smash.
That was a tipper.
Like
that was a tipper. Yeah. If it was more, that would have been a tipper. But yeah, see, if Little Mac was a little bit closer, Xatic doesn't need to space. Xatic just needs to throw out the forward smash.
And Xatic's edge guarding I really like too because he never overcommits. He gets the cleanest, safest, intelligent edge guards.
If he sees the safe edge guard, he's gonna go for it because he realizes that he can do a lot better or a lot more. You know, instead of just kind of going for something that's gonna give him cheese and he might lose the stock for. It's better safe than sorry, I always say.
Yeah, I'm saying John Cena here kind of like in the middle, kind of sitting around. And I feel like he's not sure exactly how to get in with Link in.
Yeah, he's not really staying back and using much bomb game anymore. But that KO punch coming right onto stage is going to decimate that stock.
Yep. And blue team's got some work to do now.
For sure. All right, is John Cena gonna? Yeah, see, Kasper, he was so focused on keeping Mikey off stage, trying to go for the two-framer down smash. Yep. That's gonna kill. But they weren't focusing on Xatic at all. And Xatic being at 31%, they could have gotten at least like 40% more, you know?
Yeah, and blue is gonna have to put in some work, but with these games today, I wouldn't put it past anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Good F smash.
That F smash is definitely going to take it. We have only a stock lead coming from red team, and you know, Mikey and Xatic showing that they're not really momentum-based players, that they can keep their composure. They can definitely bring this back.
And Mikey's patience is just godlike right now. And I think that's been the story is bottom tier can be a very
Whoa!
Is he in trouble? He's in trouble.
No, he's fine.
Okay. Excellent.
That was actually, yeah, because, you know, Xatic was having his hands full with John Cena, and Mikey was trying to get back to stage as well.
What?
But the up B! What? The up B!
Double he's living this one. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
And now we have KO Punch almost on deck.
Oh my god, if that had been the up B string in a row, that'll take.
And the KO Punch! What a clutch KO punch!
I fight for my friends. I also KO them.
I also KO punch my friends when I have a chance.
Good set though.
That was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Can we get a